Several major AEW stars are reportedly on their way out of the company this evening as Malakai Black's AEW contract has expired. Miro has reached a mutual agreement with AEW to end his contract early, and Ricky Starks has been removed from the AEW online roster page. We'll let you know more in this developing breaking news story. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling, and a lot of change and movement when it comes to several stars seemingly on their way out of All Elite Wrestling this evening. Now, let's begin with Malakai Black. Malakai Black, of course, we've known that he's finished up with AEW as his contract was expected to expire soon. Now, seemingly, officially, he is a free agent. Speculations continue as rumors pile on about Malakai Black's return to WWE. Of course, Black jumped ship from WWE to AEW in 2021 after he was released by the company in the same year, after being released, as mentioned, from the promotion following an extremely successful run in NXT and also on the main roster. He made his debut for AEW after going over after Cody Rhodes and soon formed the House of Black faction with Buddy Matthews, Brody King and Julia Hart. Amid ongoing rumors about his unsatisfactory run at Tony Khan's promotion for the past few months, Black could be on the horizon of making his way back to WWE. According to a recent PW Insider report, it is speculated that Black will depart the company and enter free agency around March or February. That's what was thought previously. Now, he was technically still under contract, but he was said to be done with any future appearances. Now, recently, as the speculations continued, several fans online noticed the former Trios champion was removed from the AEW roster page. Many saw that as a sign that the former House of Black leader was done with the promotion, and he was effectively, of course, written off AEW TV after Will Ospreay's promo earlier this year. The House of Black has now rebranded themselves as the Hounds of Hell. Well, in an update, as per a new report today by PW Insider, it was noted that Malakai Black's AEW contract expired yesterday on February 9th, meaning he is now officially a free agent. Now, again, whether or not that means he's going back to WWE, we don't know. All that we know right now is that Black's contract has expired, he is a free agent, and technically he is free to go anywhere. Now, someone else who I guess is now free to go anywhere is Miro. Now, this one is certainly a lot more interesting because he did have a lot more time left on his contract, but seemingly the former TNT champion is also now done with All Elite Wrestling. Miro, formerly known as Rusev in WWE, has not wrestled since the 2023 AEW World's End pay-per-view event in December of that year, and he had reportedly asked for his release from AEW in September of last year, that being 2024. Well, in a brand new update on Miro, Mike Johnson of PW Insider noted the following, saying, quote, "Miro is gone from AEW, PWInsider.com has confirmed." PW Insider saying they were told that Miro and AEW came to a mutual agreement on his exit from the company. There was talk he had asked for his release back in the fall of 2024. The two sides had been working towards an agreement for some time. Now, like Malakai Black, Miro has been removed from AEW's roster webpage. It is believed there will be a lot of interest in him now that he's on the free market. At the time of recording this video, once again, it's unknown if and when he will return to WWE because he did have extra time left on his contract, as we've seen with other people who have requested their release early from AEW. Sometimes as part of the release agreement, they can't sign with WWE or a competition company for a specific number of days. If it's a conditional release, we kind of saw this with William Regal when he went back to WWE but couldn't appear on WWE television for a year after he left the company. So, Malakai Black, gone from AEW. Miro, gone from AEW. What about absolute Ricky Starks? We know he's had his issues with AEW. We know that according to some reports, he had requested his release from AEW. We haven't seen him for close to a year on AEW television. He has said that he's healthy. He has said that he's ready to go, but nobody has called him. Well, whilst we do know that Malakai Black and Miro are gone, we don't know much about Ricky Starks just yet. But in a big development on this story this evening, Ricky Starks has also, like Malakai Black, like Miro, been removed from the AEW roster webpage. Now, Ricky Starks has been off of AEW television for quite some time now. His last match with the company was on the March 30th edition of AEW Collision. Now, Starks is not injured. In fact, he wrestled on the independent scene since then and most recently won the Defy World Championship just this past weekend, so it's not an injury or anything like that. Many fans have been wondering what the deal is with Starks and AEW and if he will ever go back. Well, today, many took notice that Ricky Starks is no longer on the AEW roster page. Malakai Black was also removed from the roster page, and it was quickly revealed his contract had expired. He was a free agent. Miro, he was removed from the AEW roster page. It was revealed he had agreed, come to this mutual agreement with AEW, and he was no longer under contract, no longer tied to AEW. Ricky Starks has been removed from the AEW roster page, but as I stress, at the time of recording this video, we don't know if this means that Starks is gone from AEW. We just don't have any confirmation at the time of recording. Of course, we do get any more details on that, we'll let you know in a future video. Now, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful has posted out the following tweet just in the last few minutes at the time of recording this video, saying, quote, "I'm looking into the talent that are off the AEW roster page. Malakai Black is now gone from AEW. Miro and AEW had discussed his exit for a while. I've not heard anything about Ricky Starks as of yet." As Sapp states, quote, "AEW usually is very particular about their online roster page as it relates to contracts, leading once again many to speculate that this could mean that Starks is on his way out of AEW. Now, again, with Ricky Starks' contract, it was due to expire later on this year, and there had been this expectation that he was going to be on his way out of AEW anyway. Of course, he's got very close ties to the likes of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. More so Rhodes, of course, when Cody Rhodes made his WWE in-ring return from injury back in January of 2023 in the men's Royal Rumble match. It was subsequently leaked out that Starks had attended that WWE PLE with him, and there were CCTV images of him actually being backstage with Cody Rhodes at the time. Reportedly, there was some heat on him in AEW, not so much in WWE. We know, of course, in CM Punk's version of Collision, the very early days of the Saturday Night Show on TNT, Ricky Starks was a featured player on that show. We saw him win the Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament, defeating CM Punk in the final after Punk had left AEW. In the middle of 2023, Stark started to be not featured as much. He was tag team champions with Big Bill, but as I mentioned, hasn't wrestled on AEW television in close to a year, with a lot of speculation as to why. Some speculating that the reason he wasn't being booked was because many in AEW expected him to leave the company once his contract expired and go to WWE. Therefore, AEW was reluctant to give him TV time. However, Starks, as I mentioned, in a very all-encompassing interview with Chris Van Vliet, we covered it here on the channel, be sure to check it out, stated that he was fine, he did suffer a stinger, but he just hadn't been called and he just hadn't heard anything, and it was a bit of a mind F as to what was going on with him at the time in AEW, and he was very unsure about his status as well. But when people have talked about people that have maybe wanted out of AEW, three names have come up quite a bit: Malakai Black, Miro, and Ricky Starks. So the question now becomes, has each of the three men involved here got their wish? Are they now gone from AEW? And could they be on their way back to WWE? As I mentioned, if we get more details, we'll let you know in a future video. When it comes to Malakai Black, with his contract expiring, one would think he is now free to go to WWE. With Ricky Starks and Miro, certainly in Miro's case, when there's a mutual agreement, there may be specific clauses as part of a conditional release, a non-compete clause. However, CM Punk, he was fired from cause with AEW. He did not have a non-compete clause. He ended back in WWE later on that year at Survivor Series back in 2023. If this is or isn't the case with Ricky Starks, again, we'll let you know in a future video. At the time recording, we don't have any more information about it, but I did just want to get the latest update out to you right now. Once again, we'll be covering this extensively tomorrow when it's more known is about the future of Ricky Starks and Miro in All Elite Wrestling. But what are your thoughts on all of this? What do you think happens next? Of course, I did actually do a video the other day talking about names that could go over from TNA and AEW to WWE this year, and I think all three names were featured in that list. So certainly very interesting stuff going on right now. So be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Click the notification bell because we may be uploading videos outside of the usual schedule with this developing and breaking news story. Of course, it's been a heavy week of releases inside professional wrestling. We saw several stars released from WWE towards the tail end of last week, more actually dripping over into this week. They could be on their way to AEW, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, MLW, any pro wrestling company you can think of. Likewise, with these three names possibly on their way out of AEW, they could be on their way back, possibly to WWE. maybe imminently. There is so much going on when it comes to this WrestleMania season. Road to WrestleMania, of course. AEW Revolution is coming up. The next couple of months are going to be massive in pro wrestling with a lot of news stories. So again, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell. In addition to that, you can join the WN365 roster. Click the join button. There's a link in the video description. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content. And again, if we get any more details on this, we'll let you know in a future news video. Thank you very much for watching. Click the like button and be sure to subscribe, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.